You have sat in that status meeting where everyone says on track and 2 weeks later everything is on fire. Monday morning. You walk into the weekly status meeting. 5 workstream leads give you 5 different updates, all using different formats. One says they are 70% done. Another says things are on track. A third just shrugs and says we are working on it. You leave that meeting knowing absolutely nothing more than when you walked in. Sound familiar? Today I am going to show you a framework that replaces confusion with clarity so you always know where your program actually stands. Most program managers track progress the way they inherited it. Somebody set up a spreadsheet 3 years ago, and now everyone fills it in differently. The engineering lead updates it weekly. The design lead updates it when she remembers. The vendor team sends a PDF that nobody reads. According to PMI's 2023 Pulse of the Profession report, only 35% of organizations say they have effective systems for tracking project performance. That is not because people are lazy. It is because the default tools and rituals were never designed for programs with multiple workstreams moving at different speeds. Status meetings become theater. Green, yellow, red dashboards become meaningless because everyone inflates their color to avoid uncomfortable conversations. The result? Problems hide until they are too big to fix quietly. Before you track anything, you need a shared definition of what progress actually means for each workstream. This sounds obvious, but I have seen programs with 50-page plans where nobody could tell you what the next real milestone was. Sit down with each workstream lead and define 3 to 5 concrete milestones for the next quarter. Not tasks. Not activities. Milestones, things that are either done or not done. At Microsoft, program managers use what they call quality gates, specific criteria that must be met before work moves to the next phase. Adopt that mindset. Instead of asking are we on track, you ask did we pass this gate, yes or no? Binary answers kill ambiguity. When a workstream lead tells you they are 80% done, that number is meaningless. When they tell you 3 of 4 milestones are complete, you know exactly where things stand. Once your milestones are set, you need a signal system that tells you what is actually happening between those milestones. Think of it like a car dashboard. You do not just check the odometer, you also watch the fuel gauge, the engine temperature, and the warning lights. Build 3 layers of signals. First, leading indicators, things that predict future problems. Are pull requests piling up without reviews? Is the design team still iterating on screens that engineering needs next week? These tell you trouble is coming before it arrives. Second, lagging indicators, your milestone completion rate, your burn-down chart, your actual delivery dates versus plan dates. These confirm what already happened. Third, qualitative signals, what are people saying in stand-ups? Is the energy shifting? A team that goes quiet is often a team that is stuck but afraid to say it. Google's Project Aristotle research found that psychological safety was the single biggest predictor of team effectiveness. If your team does not feel safe raising concerns, your tracking system is blind no matter how good your spreadsheet looks. Now here is where most program managers fall apart, the weekly rhythm. They either micromanage with daily check-ins that exhaust everyone, or they go hands-off and only realize something is broken when a deadline flies past. What works is a structured weekly cadence with 3 components. Monday, each workstream lead sends a written async update, 3 sentences maximum. What shipped last week, what is planned this week, and what is blocked. No templates longer than that, because long templates do not get filled out honestly. Wednesday, you review those updates and cross-reference them against your milestone tracker. Look for patterns. If 2 workstreams are both blocked on the same dependency, that is your problem to solve, not theirs. Friday, you send a single consolidated status to leadership. 1 page. Traffic lights only earn their color if they are backed by milestone data, not vibes. Amazon calls this the single-threaded narrative approach, force clarity by forcing brevity. Every program hits moments where something is off track, and you need to escalate without creating panic. That escalation sounds like this: hey boss, the project is in trouble. Good escalation sounds like this. Milestone 3 is at risk of slipping 2 weeks because vendor integration testing uncovered an API compatibility issue. Here are 2 options with trade-offs. The difference is specificity. When you escalate with data and options, you are not admitting failure, you are demonstrating leadership. I watched a program manager at a fintech company save a product launch by escalating early. She spotted that the compliance review was going to take 3 weeks longer than planned. Instead of waiting and hoping, she flagged it in week 2 with a proposal to run compliance review in parallel with beta testing. Leadership approved it in one meeting. The launch stayed on schedule. Early escalation with a recommendation is not a sign of weakness. It is the highest form of program management skill. The final piece of the framework is radical visibility. Your tracking system should not live in your head or in a spreadsheet only you understand. Put your milestone tracker somewhere everyone can see it, a shared dashboard, a Notion page, a wall in the office. Spotify's program teams use what they call information radiators, big visible displays that show program status without anyone needing to ask. When progress is visible, 2 things happen. Accountability increases naturally because nobody wants their workstream to be the one that is obviously behind. And collaboration improves because teams can see each other's blockers and offer help. Stop hoarding information as a source of power. The best program managers make status so transparent that their status meetings become almost unnecessary. Here is what I want you to do before this week ends. Pick your most important program. Write down the 3 milestones that matter most in the next 30 days. For each one, define exactly what done looks like, not percentages, not vibes, not on track. Clear, binary criteria. Share that list with your workstream leads and ask one question: do you agree these are the right milestones, and are any of them at risk right now? That single conversation will teach you more about your program's real status than a month of status meetings ever could. You have got this. Start small, stay consistent, and remember, tracking progress is not about control. It is about giving your team the clarity they need to do their best work. That's a wrap, thanks for watching. If this gave you one idea you can use today, hit like and subscribe. See you in the next one.